We have heard that there is a proposal to put a bulletproof shield in the cockpit area. Is this something the NTSB is...
I doubt seriously if it came from us. I've heard this come up several times. As you probably recognize, there have been many committee meetings in Washington on this over the past year or more. The protection of the cockpit from unwarranted entry by people or bullets or anything else has been often suggested. I think, in all fairness, it has one major drawback, but I think it's a very real one. As long as you have communications between the people in the back and the cockpit, which are essential for many reasons, as you can imagine, there's no bulletproof shield or big lock on the door is going to preclude a deranged individual or anyone else from holding a gun to a stewardess's head, or for that matter, a passenger's head. And the word will get up to the crew, and they'll have to follow orders just as if the gun were at their head.
We demand a reliability of components and equipment within the Apollo vehicle of 99.99% reliability, which is unheard of even in the aviation industry today. Now, in rising to the challenge of this very difficult task to produce these reliable components, our industry has developed a capability which is unheard of in the rest of the world. Now, world industry and trade is a very competitive place, and when any organization or group or country is able to get as distinct an edge as we have in this particular building of these particular kinds of components, and then this is of tremendous value back to the nation itself. And the European countries are realizing this, and they realize that they have waited too long to get involved with us in our space operations. The Saturn V booster, which is made up of some 5.5 million parts, which would allow, on the numbers that I gave you of, say, 550 failures, actually experiences about 5 failures a flight. At least it did on our flight of Apollo 8. Now, if you could build this kind of reliability into a U.S. automobile, it would have its first failure in 100 years of standard operation. Now, if you've been to the garage lately, you can know this is a tremendous economic boon, and I don't say this just in jest. This is the kind of thing that can really revolutionize daily life.
Black college like Fisk University can do this by making adjustments in its curriculum to meet the present concerns of black students and other students today. Concerns in the case of black students that center around the appreciation of the heritage and the contribution of black people to society in general, and the development or motivating these students to have interest in the black communities with the idea of alleviating conditions that exist in the ghettos throughout the country.
Dr. Lawson, it seems that many feel that black schools have the less talented professors. Is this true?
This is not true. I'd say that you'd find the same distribution of talent in terms of faculty and staff in black colleges as perhaps you would from a random sample of white colleges. And this, is, of course, touches on a very sort of a sore point, because there's a tendency, even in the question of considering the future of black colleges, to suggest that all black colleges are alike. And this is far from the case. There are good black colleges and bad black colleges. There are good white colleges and bad white colleges. So you have a spectrum of abilities in the staff. You have a spectrum of opportunities that these colleges afford students, much in the same way as you'd have in predominantly white institutions.
One is that there'll be a better finished product, that these students will be better equipped to live in the world of radical change that's coming up. As you know, the world is changing at such a rapid rate that we have to have people who can unlearn as well as learn. They have to know how to adapt. They have to learn how to plan what it is they should learn. So we'd like to give them that experience while they're in the business school, instead of just waiting until they finish. So while they're here, they will be faced with the problems of what it is that I should know. Who am I? What are the career opportunities? And so we will have students actually being forced with these choices as a part of their educational experience. We actually are doing more than just opening up the curriculum. That's sort of being passive. We're actually going to strengthen the counseling role so that students will counsel students, faculty will counsel students, and businessmen will be brought in to counsel students. And we're actually going to have our students go out into the community to experiment with living and learning problems as a part of being a manager, and this they'll get credit for while they're in the university.